Let's talk about some of the matches that are coming up. Get your predictions about them. How do you see Rios-Alvarado going?
Oh man, it's a great fight. I learned something not to just take away and discredit nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you might, you let down. From what I know, Mike Alvarado is a big supporter of mine, and I'm a big supporter of his, and I've been a fan of his. Especially when I got to see him fight Prescott and how he put it on the floor and then come in back with Rios, and not to take anything away from Rios, who's coming out there and put everything on the line. So you got to give respect when respect is due. So I'm just a fan of the sport, like I said, and I like to lift up fighters to be able to fight another day.
The main event on your card, Danny Garcia versus Judah. How do you see that fight going?
Oh man, it's a great fight for boxing. You got Danny, who's the new up and comer, and you got Zab, who still got in his heart years still left in the sport. So it's all up to both of these fighters to go ahead and put out their best foot forward and put on a great fight. For the most important is that the fans get what they want to see, which is a good fight. And I think they got that with Zab-Judah and Danny Garcia. Danny's a young fighter who's been phenomenal in his recent fights, and Zab-Judah, he's always the Zab-Judah that if you count him out, he always go out there and shine.
How do you? When we last spoke, I asked you about Mayweather's opponents and what choices you think he would make, and you actually got it right with Robert Guerrero being the first one. How do you see that fight going?
Well, it's the fight that Floyd Mayweather wanted, and not only that, Robert Guerrero was his actual mandatory opponent, and to be able to fight him, it's a good feeling because fighting Floyd Mayweather, of course, you get your highest payday. It's called like the Mayweather lottery. You get to fight him, you get some money. So now it's up to Robert Guerrero, who wants to prove to the world that he's the best. Well, he got your shot, and what makes a special matchup like this happen and go down is that the fans can be happy with it and be able to have the fans of Robert support him and the fans of Floyd support him. So to be able to see this fight and this matchup at this level is something that you only probably see only once a year. In this kind of event, you look at like the Super Bowl, when it happens once a year, it's the same kind of thing. Every time Floyd fights and goes out there, it's like kind of like a Super Bowl event. So it's up to both of those fighters to give out what they trying to prove to themselves.
Let me get your opinion on the whole HBO Golden Boy split, where HBO said they're not going to be showing any more Golden Boy fights, and now pretty much Golden Boy seems like they're just going to be on Showtime the entire time.
Well, that makes this, for me, I just look at it like that. Don't be biased. Don't do things. I can't say really much because who knows? Maybe in the future I might be on HBO. I don't want to rub anybody wrong. Hopefully the business get worked out because fighters need to be able to get that exposure. To have the exposure. I don't want to take away from none of that. But it's all a thing that two disagreements can happen. That's the part of business that sometimes we don't like to see. But for the most part, I'm on Showtime right now, and I feel good. I feel gracious that they support me and getting the best out of me. So, for right now, I'm just happy to be where I'm at right now, and me being with Golden Boy, knowing that they're trying to get me to the best fight that is out there for myself. And, hopefully everything can be resolved and, you can see them do business again.
What do you want the fans to know about you that they don't already know?
Well, a lot of people going to be negative. A lot of people going to have things to say. And sometimes those people are the people that sit behind their computers, don't got nothing else going on in life, and they just looking for some feathers to ruffle. But for the most part, I'm just continue being me. That's all I know how to do. I look in the mirror and I'm comfortable with myself. I look myself in the eye and I'm sure who I am. So a lot of guys, can't do the same thing. They look in the mirror and they're not sure what they're looking at. What they can know about me is that I'm a good guy. I support the kids. I love my friends. I love my family. I want to see them succeed and reach their dreams, and I always encourage them to be the best they can be. And as well, for anybody I never met in my life, I encourage you to be the best you can be without being in the army. No, I'm playing. But for the most part, just go out there and just be positive is my main thing and what I've been striving to do. I just asked my girlfriend to marry me. She told me yes, so I guess I'm gonna be a married man. I'm gonna be taken off the market, but for the most part, I think I got super amounts of a level to go up to, and I'm glad I have somebody to support me.
Funny you would mention you're getting married and everything. One of the first tweets that you tweeted once the postponement was announced was, "So that means I can have a girl?"
Yeah. That's me being crazy, man. The person that I am. I'm just, you know, I say things like that and just, you know, really mean what I be saying sometimes. But, you know, for the most part, I'm just happy to be able to move in a direction, being happy with one person and being committed to that person and making sure that, you know, whatever I want and project to people, you know, they're going to see me do that all the time. They're going to see me do it half the time. And, you know, I may be saying things in front of a camera and then outside when the cameras is off, I'm doing other things. I want people to be able to actually see the person that you're talking to right in front of this camera. Not to say that I haven't been. You know, I've just been, you know, been a young, single individual who's just been trying to figure life out.
Where could the fans follow you? I know a lot of people after this interview are going to want to get to know more about Kid Chocolate, so let them know where they can follow you.
Actually, you can get to follow me at Kid Chocolate on Twitter, as well on Instagram at Kid Chocolate. And you can see exactly, I give y'all my life right there, man. You know, if y'all want it, y'all can have it. Follow me at Kid Chocolate on Instagram, at Kid Chocolate on Twitter. Also, you can hit my website, www.kidchocolate.com. We got some new shirts, Sportique. Shout out Sportique for, you know, putting together my Team Kid Chocolate shirts. You can order them right there on my site. And, you know, I'm just very blessed to have supporters and be able to, you know, want to see me do well. I'm not saying I want the whole sport of boxing. It would be nice to have every guy that watches boxing be a fan of mine, but, you know, you got to pick and choose who you like to support and the reason why you support them. I'm happy with that, but I'm just happy with the supporters that support me for the right reason.
Anything else you got to say?
I want to thank Fight Hype for coming to get the latest and greatest on me. You see me right now, putting the work in. Y'all could be looking out on YouTube for some of my footage that, you know, a lot of the things that I get to do that people don't get to see, for me working with Brad, for me being in the gym. Shout out, you know, Wildcard West, and Peter Berg, and Freddie Roach, who got this wonderful facility that allowed me to train at. And, you know, go ahead and put my best foot forward. I thank my whole team, you know, Johnny Perez, my camp manager, all my sparring partners, my two assistants, Tiffany Carter and Lisa Noarie, John C., Jimmy McDevitt, my managers, my advisor, Al Heyman. Also thank Golden Boy for putting the best fights out there, and thank you for Showtime for allowing me to grace this screen and be able to showcase my talent. Thank you also to Fernando Guerrero. Just let you know, Fernando, you know, bodies only look nice on pictures, man, but as far as when you land on your back and looking up, you know, your body don't look too good then. But I'm gonna just let you know, I've been nice and courteous and all that, but, you know, my last camp, I put myself through a hard agonizing camp, and right now you ain't getting the best Peter Quillin. You're gonna get the worst of me. I'm coming to be an animal, and I'm gonna be your worst nightmare.
Thanks for your time, kid.
Thank you.